you head to the Skew. The Skew is settled between the main 3 districts of the city and enveloped basically entirely on all sides. It's the residential district, essentially. For the people in Nicodranus, for all intents and purposes, the Skew is kind of the slums of the city, but it's far from the heartless, lawless shanty towns that you've come to expect from some of the other areas of the Empire. The Skews are definitely not as glamorous as the Opal Archways or even the dock districts, but the people seem to come together more than you're used to seeing in areas like this, and it has a strong sense of community. And the people are definitely better off because of one another. As you are moving through, just off the beaten path from the docks and into the Skew, there's a small shop sandwiched tightly between a fish market and a storehouse turned into a housing unit for a few families of gnomes and halflings. While the shop itself is a bit rickety and old, you can tell a lot of care has been put into trying to spruce it up. The windows are clean, the paint is new, and the sign might be the most expertly crafted thing on the street. As you enter, a small bell dings on the door. The inside has a pleasant floral scent with a hint of cinnamon or some other sweet-smelling spice. It's hard to place. The shop room is small and open, with walls covered from floor to ceiling in shelves. They're covering in a mixture of plants and flowers on one side, vials and pots of various liquids on the other, and a mishmash of other materials ranging from powders to oils and small blocks and shavings of materials you'd never be able to recognize yourself. You see sitting on a stool up in the back is short even for a halfling. Bushy brown hair, long sideburns, narrow shoulders, and a large nose, currently wearing a dark blue vest. And as you enter, he turns and goes, welcome to Brenatto's Better Self. My name is Yeza. I own the shop here. What can I help you with? I see new faces. Oh, a pallid elf. I haven't met one of you before. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Thank you. My friend Roz here has a special request.
Of course. Anything I can help you with, I would be more than happy to. We don't really service in magical means here per se, but depending on what it is, I can always put in a special order with some of my contacts. But what can I help you with?
That actually might be perfect. She walks over and reaches into her pack. She pulls out 2 potions. One's in a larger bottle, and it's got kind of a pale yellow color to it. And then she takes out a nearly empty, smaller vial that's got a blue liquid in it. So I get this made back home, but I don't know how to make it. I'm wondering, could you maybe examine it and give me an idea of how to make it?
He takes the 2 bottles from you, and starts to kind of look them over and heads back up to where he was sitting. And behind that, you see like an alchemist's bench. And he kind of pops up into the chair there and takes out a few different sort of dishes and grabs these spectacles that have all these different sort of lenses on them, and puts a little bit of each of them into sort of like a dish. And you see him kind of mixing some stuff. He goes, this is very similar to some stuff that we have here. Where did you say you were from? Where's home?
Far away. Very far.
Well, like a different continent?
It's a different world.
She's special.
Oh, okay. Oh wow, this is very interesting. And he jumps down again and walks over, and you watch as he picks up 2 vials from one side of the shop that look very similar to the stuff that you have, but they're a little duller in color. And he takes them back up and he's kind of compare them. Oh, this is interesting.
My aunt makes those. They help my body change the way I want it to.
Are you? Forgive me, Naewist?
She kind of looks a little surprised at that. Naevist.
It's an elven word for. Well, it's not a literal exact translation. We don't really have a word for the nay part. It's like true or truth, but it's not a hard fact like in the sciences, like the sky is blue, which is it's not actually. It's a massive reflection. That's not the point. Nay is like it's like a truth you know to be true in your heart, and Wist is change, a truth of the heart and the change that you need to realize it. But this is, wow.
Roz,
I actually make similar stuff like this for many like you. Very common around these parts. But where'd you say you got yours from? Your aunt made it?
Roz responds in perfect Elvish. I have never heard that term before, but it's beautiful. I like it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't speak Elvish.
She pats her back as she does. It was very nice.
She says, she goes back to speaking in common. I had never heard that term before, but I very much like it. My aunt, she's an incredible, mage, wizard, among other talents, but she creates magic items and potions. And when I was getting ready to turn 13, I was kind of stressing because I was going to start going through changes that I didn't want to go through, so she made those for me.
Well, this is exemplary, absolutely remarkable. I will have to consult a friend of my wife's in order to get you exactly this. But my dear, this is incredible. You or your aunt wouldn't mind if I take notes and use this formula for others?
Rosalind thinks for a moment, and in her mind thinks Andrea would definitely not like that. But I'm sure Andrea would be thrilled to know her work is being used here as well.
Yeah, so
He doesn't have to know.
You see, it's interesting because in order to get the permanent change Naywis need to find their true selves, you can't really use magic. Well, you can, but most magic isn't permanent. The arcane is just man's attempt to bend the laws of time, space, and nature to their own will, and the world wasn't made to do that. There are some very, very powerful magics that could. I've seen it once, but there are risks. Now, some people, bigots of the world, take that to mean that man isn't supposed to change, that it's not in our nature to change, but tell that to the butterfly or the tadpole. Everyone is capable of change. It's just slower. If it's something worth doing is worth doing right, and that takes time. Natural elixirs and herbal tonics are safe, and the body accepts them because it's made of things that the body needs, and in most cases already creates itself. But these, I've never thought to try what this looks like it's doing. Whoever made this, your aunt, used magic to reinforce the effects. It's a beautiful synthesis of magic and the natural ingredients of the tonics. It's not using magic on the body. It's using the magic on the ingredients so they can better help the body. This could help other people like you complete themselves much faster, much quicker. Yes, I do think I can do this. In fact, it will probably take some time to create exactly what it is that your aunt has, but in the meantime, he goes and he gathers a few of the stuff that he has and packages them up. Please, these are on the house.
Well, perfect. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I don't think I got either of your names.
My name is Rosalind. Lorest. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, Rosalind.
My friend Maev.
Maev.
To that end, actually, once you figure out how to make it, can you teach her? Because I might not always be around here to learn, to be able to pick up more.
Oh, sure. Yes. I can certainly do that. The magical part will be a bit tougher. But if you don't mind waiting some time and providing a little bit of a gold, we could get you all the ingredients that you need in order to do so. We also are working on a delivery method. It is quite expensive because the ingredients for the spell in order to do it are expensive. But there's a spell apparently where you can like put something in a box and close the box, and that something appears.
Oh,
and
yes,
I sent someone
very-
my blood with that once.
Yep,
Huh?
Yep, that
I
was.
sent someone my blood once.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. But yes, we would be happy to help you out. We are big supporters of helping people realize and find their true self. Be that with medicine that helps emotionally, physically, however it is. Brenatto's better self. It's in the name.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
At this time, the door swings open, and you see a halfling boy, maybe 15 years of age, blue eyes, shaggy light brown hair. He has on like leather armor over his clothes, but it's maybe a bit too small for him. Like he's starting to outgrow it. He's also got a small crossbow holstered on his hip, and just breaks in through, like the door slamming open, and like runs by each of you, probably not really moving Rosalind much, but kind of almost knocks Maev out of the way and just kind of runs up, passing up some stairs, and he just goes, ahem! And there's like this deafening silence, and you see him kind of peek his head back out. Luke, I believe you owe our guest here an apology. Oh, yeah, sorry. And he kind of meekly comes out and walks up to the two of you. Go ahead. Properly now. I'm sorry for pushing you out of the way and not introducing myself. My name is Luke. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Luke.
All is forgiven, Luke.
I'm Rosalind, and this is Maev.
Okay. And he goes to run back up. Luke, have you finished your chores for the day? Yes.
I know that look.
Ros gives a disbelieving look.
Yeah, he's like, I know that look.
I've made that look.
So have I.
If you want to go and play with your friends later, finish them. Do not make me tell your mother. Okay. And you hear him just kind of like stomping back up the stairs up top. Sorry about that. Was there anything else that I could help you with? I would check back in maybe 2-3 days. Even if I don't have them done by then, I'll at least have an update for you.
Great. That would be very helpful. Is your son or?
Yes. He's a little rapscallion. Definitely takes more after his mom than me, which is definitely shaving years off of my life.
I know the feeling. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome.
That's a big weight off the shoulders. Have a wonderful day.
You as well.